Okay, so I'm sitting here doing my budget as I do every week. I know the idea of putting down all of your expenses and your money goals sounds scary, but it does not have to be. Welcome to episode 2 of Ay Dinero, where we're talking about budgeting, but budgeting without depriving yourself of joy. So we are going to be talking with Latina money expert Katya Chesnock, who lives in Miami, and really breaks down some practical tips for you if you've never had a budget or you've been scared to start one. As you will learn in this episode, you cannot change something you do not see, and it starts with writing down your budget. If I can do this, you can do this. Reporting live from Newark International Airport. About to board this plane right here. Check it out, we are in Miami. We are about to go talk to Katya Chesnock, who is a money expert about budgeting and how to make it fun and how to make it work for you. But first, these views, though. Mira para eso. Aquí estamos. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here with you today.
Yes. So what is it particularly about budgeting that you think scares people?
What happens to us as a Latino community is that we're raised with the scarcity mindset around money.
Yes.
No hay dinero, no somos ricos.
Eso no es para nosotros.
Exactly. We don't have the resources. How are we going to create a budget if we're just living paycheck to paycheck, right?
Right.
We grew up repeating those patterns, but budgeting means having a control of your money. So you control your income and your expenses to create generational wealth for you, for your parents, and for your own children, and know that you have the power of organizing your finances and changing your life.
So what if somebody had never done this before? What advice would you give them?
Nothing is gonna work until you sit down, get a piece of paper, start writing what's going on with your finances, and just do it scared.
Ooh, Katya, that was serious.
Yeah,
do
just
it scared.
do it scared.
It's true though.
You have to face your fears.
So there is a 50-30-20 budget rule, a framework. It wasn't something I had written down until I sat down with Katya and she really made it real.
50% of my income, I use it for my basic needs.
Okay, so we got food,
Transportation,
okay,
housing, if you have a mortgage or rent,
got it.
and it will be medical expenses, like your insurance.
The bare bones budget, like this is how much I need to live,
Absolutely,
right?
yes.
Now, typically 30% of your income goes towards wants and 20% towards savings. But as a Latina, children of immigrants, someone who has to account for their parents, and if they need help, I send money back home to Peru. So my budget is a little bit different. I realized that I needed to invert my 30-20. So 20% of my income goes towards fun and 30% goes towards savings.
Savings and investing is emergency funds.
Okay.
Your retirement accounts like Roth IRA, 401k,
Okay.
investing in the stock market.
Oh, that's right. And for parents, like my sister who has 3 children, she has to take other factors into consideration, like childcare, their medical, their own savings, and their own joy fund.
The joy fund is the fund of the things that you can use for entertainment. It can be concert expenses or clothing, travel, just anything that makes you happy.
It's my favorite fund. I love it.
I love that.
Now that I set aside money for my joy fund, little things go in there that make me so happy, like unapologetically getting a mani-pedi with no guilt, going out for coffee and not telling myself that this is a treat. This is a part of the program. It starts with tiny little things like that. This is Bugs, Mr. Bugs. Ven acá. You're a part of the budget. You can be expensive, friend, but you're so worth it.
Personal finance at the end of the day is personal. So we can have different budgeting rules and everything, but everything depends on your own lifestyle and something that can adapt to yourself. Just start however you can.
So before I used to look at my money when I get paid, pay my bills, and go about my day. But then I started to notice one thing. When it was that time up until payday, money was tight. So it started with weekly dates. Dinero dates. Okay, so dinero dates are very simple. It's like really visiting my money once a week. And the reason why I call them dinero dates is because I had to romanticize this a little bit. Like, this is a date with myself with the money that I'm bringing in, right? It should have positive vibes. It should have like a cup of tea nearby. There is my laptop. Here's my notebook. Here are my colorful pens. I really set the stage for myself. What can I do in 30 minutes for myself and my money? It's as simple as looking at my Excel sheet and looking at all my expenses for the month. And I mean every single expense. Every little bit counts. So where am I at? Getting ahead of it and looking at money as if it were working for me and not the other way around.
You're the one in charge. You're the one in control. It's your money. As a Latino, just know that you can always change the narrative.
The one mantra that keeps me that accountable in my life is the anticipation of something is usually scarier than the actual thing. That's what helps me do it scared.
Yes, do it scared, always.
Katya did an awesome job at sitting down with me and breaking down the 50-30-20 rule. Once you get that 50% down, the bare bones budget, what you need to survive, you would be very surprised the kind of peace it brings you. Telling yourself you do not deserve something really starts to chip away at your self-worth. And it shouldn't be that way. You're worth all that and more. So now that I look at my money as like something that works for me or that I'm setting fun money aside for myself, it's like I flipped the script on my own budgeting like conversation with myself. So now that we've broken down budgeting, what it is, how easy it is to do for yourself, we're gonna talk about credit card debt, but credit card debt without the guilt and shame.